Hey guys, today I share 30 different fonts that you can use. Let's get right into it. First up, we have normal calligraphy. I thought I would still include it in this video because it is a very common font in a lot of works. Moving along, this next one is very similar, except you just don't fill in the lines. It's super quick and easy. Daisies is kind of like a hybrid of the hollow calligraphy I just showed you, and instead of leaving it empty, you can fill the space with little flowers. This one has to be one of my favorites because it's so cute. Moving on to capitals, this one is fairly simple as you just add lines and dots behind the backs of each letters, but it can add a nice touch to any work. These next two are very easy and similar, with the only difference being the coloring. Can you count how many times I see easy and simple in this video? It's gotta be like 100. The one I just did, I just left it blank and white, but this one we're just gonna color in the spaces black. Scribble is definitely one of my favorites because it's super quick and easy, plus it gives off a very cool look. It reminds me of like graffiti or something. Color is basically just a variation of the hollow font, just coloring it in. You can use neat shading or messy, which I did, and I also prefer because I feel like it gives it an edgy vibe. This next one is so easy that my brothers even like using it to spice up their cards or artwork. Jello is a very fun font, and it's nice because it doesn't have to be perfect. The sizing and thickness differences just gives it more character, and nobody's gonna notice if you mess up anyways. Vines is another favorite because it's so pretty. It's a little more time consuming because of all the leaves that you have to fill in and draw, but it's worth it. This next one is super easy, and you just add lines to the ends of each letters. I've been using this for a long time. Moving on to dots, it is also a favorite because it looks so cool when it's finished. I'm sorry it didn't show up on camera, but later I make the colors darker so you can see it. At first I used turquoise, but in the end it turns out to be purple. Decorated is similar to fancy, except you add circles to the ends of each letter instead of lines. This one I've also been using what seems like forever. Monster is also really cool and fun to use, especially around Halloween, as you add colorful shag or monster fur to every letter. Next up, polka dots is a variation of daisies, but instead of filling the space with little flowers, you're going to fill it with circles. This mixed up font is very fun, and you can't make a mistake. Nobody's gonna notice if your letter's slanted or too small or too big, because that's kind of the point. This next one I actually named Arrow, but I wrote Hello so you could get a better idea of what the font looks like. This one can be a little hard to read though, so make sure that you can read it. Stitched reminds me of sewing, thus the name. It's super simple, yet elegant. I've never been very good at block letters, so sorry if this looks a bit wonky. They can look nice though if you are good at them. Finally, there's our lighting. Okay, moving on to these last few. Tiny Cute is very easy and, as the name implies, cute. Corners didn't really show up that great on camera, but what I did was add little diagonal lines in two opposite corners on each letter. This one's so simple, I really don't have anything to say, but all you need to do is just stretch your letters. Strokes is very simple as well, as all you have to do is add a bunch of diagonal lines coming from the back of each letter. This next one, I accidentally wrote hello instead of the name because I messed up, but I think you get the idea. It's just basically a variation of block letters, and then you put the design inside. This next one just requires you to really make your printing just look like a computer or typewriter. Or that's what I envision anyways. Black and white is very similar to normal calligraphy, except only color in every second downstroke. Or you can make your own pattern to make it look more funky and original. Next, you just fill in the bottom of the space with lines. I used a skinny fine liner, but you can play with the thickness as well to make it more your own style. Double is probably like the easiest one here. You write normal capitals and just double up on some of the lines, specifically the ones behind the letters. Finally, just like in half, we're going to fill the space with lines that start spaced out and then end close together. At the end, I just went in with some turquoise to give it some color.